Okay, so now that we've put together our seahorse and our mermaid, I did cut a banner using that Polaroid die, and I just put my word dream on that holographic paper, and then just made a couple more seashells in gold, and I kind of bent it a little bit like that so that it would kind of have a little more of a shell shape, a little more dimensional. I did that with this one too, and I've already put some adhesive in the back of some of them. Okay, remember I Copic colored this one. So I have a few shells there to play with. I've cut out my foam. The foam is, I think I got this from Hobby Lobby. It's the 5 millimeter. It's the thicker one. So I believe it's 5 millimeter thickness. Comes in like a big sheet. Okay, where the foam sheets are. And so I ran this through my Polaroid die, and then you're just gonna pop this out because you're not gonna use this part. But what I use this for is to just kind of cut out my acetate, and I just leave like a 1/4 of an inch border around this foam and cut it all the way around so that way I know that it's gonna fit my window. Okay, what I did with I again cut this using the Polaroid die, and I just used a holographic paper. And this time, since I didn't emboss here because I want to use this as my background, the one with the coral reef, I embossed this piece instead. Okay, and this piece is where you're going to attach your, and look, it kind of broke there, but that's okay. It tore a little bit because of the embossing. I think my sandwich was a little bit too thick. Okay, and then you're gonna adhere that. So I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Okay, and then from here, once you adhere the acetate, and this is the part you're gonna put on top of your foam. Now keep in mind, when you run your foam through your die machine, it stretches a little bit, so you might have to kind of manipulate this foam and just kind of, you know, you can kind of move it so that it lines up. And I'll show you that in a little bit. Okay, and then I cut my pieces. So this is the 110-pound cardstock. I basically cut a 6-inch. Now my card base is going to be 4.5 by 6 inch. So I basically took a card. You can make, I made this myself. So this is actually 9-inch and 6-inch, and fold it in half to create your 4.5 by 6-inch card. And then I've already cut my pieces for the inside. These are the cut aparts that I already cut last time, so I decided I'm just gonna do that. Keep it nice and simple. Okay, I'm just gonna adhere those on the inside. And then for the back, I'm just gonna use another coral. Since I already have it cut, I'm just gonna do that and just leave the border. So keeping it simple this time. And then I used the mermaid tail scales to cover up so there's no border here, but then I'm gonna go ahead and put this over, so then I have that kind of purplish pinkish border around this. Okay, and then I'm just showing you how I'm gonna layer everything. That's gonna go on the inside, it's gonna go like that. You're just gonna line that all up. I'm gonna put my dream up on top, I think this time. I'm gonna put my mermaid here. And then my seahorse, I'm gonna keep them here. I'm gonna leave my shells down here, just kind of, I don't know, like that maybe, or I think I'm actually gonna put this here. something like that. And then I'm going to tuck one of the seashells under here like that. And of course I'm going to fill it up with sequins on the inside. Okay, but that's basically my setup, just so I know this is how I want it. And you can also take a picture. So I had paused the camera just to take a picture of my setup here so that I can refer to that, because I kind of like it exactly like this. Okay, and I didn't want to make it, this one's not as colorful and it's not as maybe bright as and contrasting as this one here, but it's still as pretty. It's a little more muted colors and more on the purple side. Okay, and I made my sequence mix already, so you know I don't have to go through that on camera. But what I basically do is I look at my background and I just try to match the colors. Okay, so I have, of course, my seashell because I want to use this one, right? And it's holographic, so it goes well with the rest of the holographic. I used that mermaid looking confetti pieces, these, the round ones. That's from Party City, and there's a little bit of that like kind of a goldish, greenish color. Okay, I put some green seed beads in there. I put some gold seed beads in there, and then some of the gold, these gold teeny tiny stars, just to pull in the gold from here. And then the rest is just blue and teal. You know, you can make your mix any which way you want, but you basically want to match your background and whatever other colors you have here. So I think that matches it pretty well right there, right? It pulls in all the pinks and the purples and the blues and the greens and the gold and the, what else am I missing? Just the holographic. So it's perfect, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. And of course I used the Mermazing paper just in case you didn't know that. All right, so let's go ahead and put this together, which I will speed this process up, okay? I'm not going to talk, probably just put music on as I assemble and just glue everything together. only thing that I forgot to share is, which I totally forgot, I added the pearls here, the flat back pearls. This is the one from Michael's. The jewels, these. I'm really loving using these. And so I used the purple ones and I just added on all 4 sides. And I think that's about it. I think that's all I added. And so I just wanted to make sure that you guys got, you know, a nice close-up of the card. So that's the front. And then there's the inside, and I can write my message here. And then the back looks like that. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm sorry it got very lengthy, but I pretty much went into detail, and you guys asked for a tutorial, so I wanted to make sure I covered everything. And I know there's new crafters and beginner crafters, you know, feel free to fast forward for those of you who already know how to make shakers, but some of you may not have ever made shakers, and so that's why I went into detail. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.